So let's get started. Again, sitting, not lying on your backrest, hands down by your sides, and then begin to lift and drop. Your entire arms all the way up to your shoulders, your neck are relaxed. Your feet is on the ground and not lifted up. So this entire program, this 3 days that I've created for you guys is based on immune system booster. Of course, mainly focus on the COVID reasons. So today we're going to balance out another part of our inner body. So like I mentioned yesterday, in Chinese medicine, if our internal body is out of balance, that's when we get sick. And how does our body get out of balance? Of course, from our diet, from stress, from the surroundings, the environment, right? And also, of course, from our own minds. Before I talk more, let's come into the next warm up. Relax your arms. Now bring your hands on top of your knees, drawing and out, in and out. Gentle pressure. So by our mind, I meant every day you go about living your life, exposed to different environment and different stressors, and that creates different emotions. And sometimes those emotions are stored and pressed down into our organs. And when we have too much of anything, any emotion, then that's when we get sick and blockages. So when we practice yoga, whether that is Indian yoga, Chinese yoga, we're not just stretching out the body. And I think, well, that's another topic. But what we're doing is putting our body into a certain position so that the energy can flow a certain way. Reverse the circle. And that's how we clear those blockages. And if you would think of it plainly, without going too deep, is if we kept our body always hunched and leaning forward, looking down, how would you feel? I don't think you would feel really good with your everyday life. So when we change the shape, we stand a little taller, then that experience changes everything. Without even thinking about energies or yoga, just the position alone can change and alter the way we experience life. One more round. Lower your hands down. Now from here, we're going to, if you were here yesterday, we did one warm up that's a little different. Today we will do something else. Take your hands to your chest, and then we're going to swim out like you're swimming. So it's like you're swimming, but you're on the land. Continue to do this. When you go out, you exhale. When you come in, you inhale. Relax your shoulders. Now this circle could be drawn wide, could be drawn small, depending on yourself. As long as you follow the breath, exhaling open, inhaling comes in, your arms are never extended straight. Your arm is always slightly bent. Few more rounds here. The importance is to sync your breath to the movement. Exhaling open, inhaling comes in. One more round. Now we circle out, down, come into our arm circles, lift up. Whenever I practice Qigong, my pets love to come near me. Notice if your pet at home likes that too. When we practice Qigong, our Qi that comes out from our body becomes better. An animal can see that and feel that and sense that. So they would naturally come to you. So visualize again, you're carrying that Qi ball, sweeping down. Good morning, JP. I'm surprised I can see that small screen all the way from here. Again, as you lift up, you're inhaling. As you sweep down, you're exhaling. When you're going through this movement, try to make it smooth. So no stopping anywhere. You want to be going at it smoothly, especially through the transitions. When you sweep all the way up, you're flipping your palms and sweeping all the way down. Try not to do a sudden change. Try not to go up and jolt. Just simply lift and transition smoothly down. Lifting your chi ball, sweeping it out and down. When you lift up, you're lifting the chi ball. When you sweep out, you're inside a chi ball and you're touching the sides of that ball. You may feel a little straining on your arms from the 2 consecutive warm-up exercises that targets the entire arm. And if you were here yesterday, feel free to do our shakeout exercise. You can do that at any time when you feel sore. But if you can go on, continue on. Last round. From here, we shake it out. So you can shake out big, you can shake out small. Do what makes you feel good. And again, this shaking out movement could be done at any time during the practice. All right, sorry, Om, you're gonna have to go down. And then from here, again, your feet is planted firmly on the ground. You're sitting up upright. Now take your hands to your lower dantian area. Again, if you're new here, it's located 3 fingers below your belly button. So I think I did mention a little bit about Qigong earlier when my cat jumped on me. We've been calling it Chinese yoga, but the proper name for it would be Qigong. And basically, it's the same thing. We're working with the energetic body. Qi means energy, and Gong means work. So if you put it simply, is the energy work. And again, if you're new here, your right hand's on top, the left hand over that. For everybody, male and female. In this position, connect to your breath. Breathe deep into your lower belly. We could say at the dantian area. Keep your chest again relaxed. Your chest is not puffing out. Your chest is slightly caved in so that the shoulder blades can spread, but it's not rounded and hunched. If you would think of it, your entire spine should be in a neutral position, not arched, and chest puffed, ribs lifted, not rounded. Just right there where the natural curves occur, but you don't feel strained anywhere. Even as you take your full deep inhales and exhales, it is natural deep inhales and exhales. As you're going through your deep, long inhales and exhales, if your chest starts to lift after the belly, allow it to happen, and that's okay. Just try not to lift only the chest and the belly is just tight. Keep the belly soft and breathe down. Even if your chest lifts, it is not from the muscular tension, it's just from that natural lift of the fullness of your breath. And then from here, come back to your natural breath. Make your natural breath always down at the lower belly, not at the chest. You don't have to go deep inhales anymore. Just breathe naturally throughout the rest of the entire session. Now we find our inner smile by finding our outer smile. We affect inward as well. Slightly smile at the corner of your lids, of your eyes. See my cat trying to steal my chi? This is the position where all your chi and all your energy, that chi is energy, where your energy is stored. We begin the session by connecting to it. We always end the session by sealing it back to it. So don't worry if you're not staying for the full session. We'll come back to this position between each of our postures so that when you leave in the middle of the session, you can still reap its benefits. From here now, we release, lower our hands down by our sides, and then we'll come into our first position, which yesterday we call it lifting. Slightly find a lift by visualizing chi, tennis or golf ball under your armpit, inflating. When it inflates, it lifts your arm slightly away from your torso in both arms. In this position, you feel slight engagement in your arm, in your shoulder, but you're resting on that chi ball, that energy ball. So you have tension, you have tension with relaxation. And that's very important to keep yourself relaxed throughout the whole session. Keep your wrists loose. If you have a hard time visualizing how to rest and relax, you can really actually physically use a ball and rest your arm, put it under your armpits and rest your arm on it and see how that feels. Make sure your feet is pressed down firmly to the ground, but without force. Just make sure all corners of the feet is firmly planted. The crown of your head is connected to the sky. The back of your neck long, shoulders relaxed, chest relaxed, belly relaxed. It is important again to remind you that when our feet presses down to the ground, the acupuncture point of Yongchen point could connect to the earth energy. And when we have the crown of the head with the acupressure points of Bai Hui points, right, at the tip of the crown to connect to the sky, to the heavenly energy. And this is one of the most, if not the most important posture in all of this practice. And now from here, we're going to come into another posture. And this posture is going to be called floating. Continue from this lifting position. You're going to lift your arms up. And now rest both hands on top of two chi ball. So it's like they're floating. These postures are what I call the fundamental postures. And in China, it is used medically in hospitals, in temples, clinics. And in the Chinese medicine, this posture is connected to our kidneys. So we're here to balance out our kidney qi flow. At any time, if your arms begin to feel tired, you can shake it out and then come back in. One thing is, when you're doing this posture, make sure that your hands are not right beside your body. You'll feel a strain in your shoulders, in your chest. So again, this should feel natural. So slightly take your hands forward. It should be slightly in front of you and not right beside you. So I'm still fine here, but just in case that you want to shake it out, then you just drop and you just shake and come back in. Make sure your elbows are not close to your body. Still keep that ball under your armpit, and maybe this time visualize a bigger ball, maybe a beach, maybe a volleyball, a soccer ball right under your elbows. You're resting on that. And your hands are resting on two balls. Keep trying to relax, even if it might feel straining. Use your mind and tell your body to relax wherever you feel tense. Keep that smile. Just a few more breaths here. And now from here, we're going to take our hands down, shake out, and take your hands to your lower dantian briefly. Sorry, Om. Have to put you down again. So before we move on to the next posture, we're still in for anyone who gotta go. Otherwise, we'll continue to the next posture. We're going to explore yesterday's 八段锦, the 8 brocades, or the 8 silken movements. We're going to come into the second of the 8 brocade. In Chinese, we call it 左右开弓四射雕. It means drawing the bow to shoot the eagle. From here, lift the arms up towards your chest and have your palms face out as you press out. Fingers points up, stretch out. Come back in. Hands at the chest, press out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with your breath. Really feel that stretch as you press your fingers up and reach out all the way. One more. Inhale, circle in. And exhale, press the chi down. Hands on your dantian again. And from here, we're beginning to seal the chi. The full sealing of the chi. Lowering your hands back down. Relax your elbows. Relax your arms. There's no more chi ball under. Just relax. Then circle up. Inhale. As you exhale, press the chi down. Rest your hands on your dantian. Lower. Inhale. And exhale. Last round. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Circle your hands behind you. And then begin to shake. The Minmen area is another acupoint that's very important, which usually gets stuck and have pent up chi. So we support that chi flow, that energy flow manually. And then release. Chi shower. Rub your hand. When you feel the warmth, for me, it doesn't have to be long. Now it's super hot. Just brush up, fingers, combs, the hairline 3 times. Gentle pressure with that 10 dragons as you run through it. One more time. Rub your hands again. Hand to the back, the warm hand to the back of the neck. Gentle rub. Feel the back of your neck. Maybe you feel the coldness when we're practicing Qigong. We're pushing out a lot of negativities, dampness in our body. And that dampness rises out from the back of our neck. So you can feel cold sometimes. Sometimes it's warm. When that happens, anytime you practice, you rub the back of your neck after. Again, also to support the chi flow, the energy flow. Good. And from here, we will bow out. Again, taking the right hand into a knuckle, the left hand into flat or wrap around that knuckle. Thank you all for joining me today.